Hello, thanks for watching my segment. I talked about our new consultant guidelines and how we really are going to stress the importance of building connections, not only within our WVS community of teachers and the WVS admin team and support system, but then also, of course, with our students. So the first thing we wanted to talk through is just simply that. Tuesday Tips is just changing its name. That's pretty straightforward. And our state of the state is changing names into literally just staff meetings. But the important thing is the Wisconsin Virtual School Admin Team really have taken our time to really do what we can to consolidate and streamline our communication. So we're really looking forward to all of our consultants taking a few minutes every month, attending the staff meetings, et cetera, so that we're all on the same page when it comes to expectations or just important information. That one was pretty quick. Okay, the next one is a little bit of a change, and that is that weekly progress reports are now going to be sent through the help desk. So they're going to be doing that 2 times a month. So, which is lovely. For those of you who have been teaching for WVS for a while, you know that those weekly progress reports were a little bit on the lengthy side and just really, I don't know, I think they can be scary for some students to get those each week, and they get them from all of their teachers. And so for some students, that's a lot of information into their inbox. And they, quite frankly, may have been disregarding them. So we're going to try something new this year, and that is what we call engagement communication. So you'll see that, let me get this out of the way. Okay, you'll see that we've got a couple of examples of what that weekly communication could look like. You could put together a newsletter, resources for enrichment, etc. For example, like if you're a math teacher, maybe you have like a bunch of different math classes. You've got algebra, you've got geometry, and maybe you even have calculus, or an English teacher with many electives. So for example, for the resources for enrichment, you could do something that's generic, not specific to like one particular class, but maybe a resource that might be interesting for anybody taking an English class. The next slide, I've got an example of what that might look like. And also keep in mind, the sample communication doc is linked here in the slides. It also is in our course setup. I've got it in there a couple of times. So what we're going to ask is that, and you'll see this in course setup, that you just take a moment, a couple of minutes probably, to just put together at least one template in Genius that you could use for engagement communication. Here's an example of something that I put together just as a sample for a biology class. Please note, we've got a couple of other examples of what that engagement communication could look like in the sample communication deck. All right, next. One of the things in terms of really being exceptional people and, really trying to build those connections with our students to keep them engaged is that we're asking all consultants to just to create a welcome video. Some of you probably already do that. For those of you who've not done that before, keep it simple, keep it short, keep it fun. Represent yourself as an individual. In fact, I just talked to one of our consultants today. She's actually gonna have her husband video, just use his phone and do a video of her out on their property doing things that she likes to do, gardening and kayaking, etc. So that's taking it up to the next level, but certainly just using like a loom or something like that to do a short little video would be fantastic. You have the option of determining where you would like to place that. So thanks in advance for doing that for our students. All right. One thing, again, that is adjusting a little bit is our connect time. So in the past, what we've asked is that each teacher has at least 1 hour each week to be available for students. So we're switching that, we're pivoting it into the use of Google Appointments. And so I have sort of a how to do this, a step-by-step tutorial in our course setup. But the rule of thumb is going to be for every 50 students that you have, you do need to be available for 1 hour each week. And it was interesting during our training, one of our consultants was like, yay, I don't have to sit and wait around for an hour while I'm waiting to see if students are going to show up. You're just going to be making yourself available for them, and fingers crossed, they will select to meet with you and make those real-time connections with you. Again, more about that in the course setup course. All right. Oh boy, with the whole world of artificial intelligence sort of exploding within the past 2 years, we really have tried as a team to put together some good and better resources for academic integrity and really trying to support students in their learning. That using a chatbot is not always the best idea for completing maybe an assignment that they need to do. So we do have linked in here a couple of just our guidelines. And then this is a really good source that allows you to see some sample communication. We really want to pivot away from, being accusatory, saying things like you cheated on this, you plagiarized it, to really just acknowledging to students that you notice that things may not be in wording that you're used to seeing from them, and just really to open up those lines of communication. And so in course setup, I have an entire not a module, a part of an activity where it's entitled, I suspect AI might have been used, what do I do? And so that will hopefully help you out. And then bonus, this gave a big cheer during during the training. Use of Turnitin is optional this year. All right. Oh, and I also have linked in here, really big shout out to Bethany Kniezer. She had a really sticky wicket with a student situation where the student continually used AI. And so she did an awesome job of looping in the WVS admin team for assistance, and also making sure that the coach was aware of some of the issues with the students. So just a shout out to her. You're welcome to click on that. It's also, as I've said a couple of times, in the course setup course, you can take a look at it there as well. All right. Professional learning is what I'm in charge of. And we decided to increase our flexibility for professional learning this next year so that you have more options. We're going to sort of adjust and turn away from doing Saturdays and our monthly optional drop-in sessions to just really encouraging flexibility. Our contract the past couple of years has stated that people need to attend those Saturday sessions. And we know that that is something that is hard, if not impossible to do. And we haven't really followed through with that. I'm going to admit to that. So we've kind of changed things up a little bit. So you still are expected to get your courses ready, do the To Know Me survey. Side note, you're going to get more information from me in the fall. We're not going to worry about To Know Me right now, but I will be following up with everybody. I would say probably early October would be my guess. And then we're just asking that you engage in 8 hours of a growth area. Again, maybe you're really interested in AI and you want to do a couple hours here and there on it. Awesome. Maybe you've got some professional learning that's happening in your school district. Awesome. I'm going to again share with you how to document those hours in To Know Me. And so really we just want to to give you opportunities for growth, etc. And so you'll see a little bit later that I will ask you for some feedback and send out a survey about giving us some feedback on what you want for professional learning. All right, we had a Q&A, we had a break. Okay, so my next section is on professional learning opportunities. I wanted to do a shout out for our website, and maybe somebody else did this in their video, but our Larissa Zampolis on our team, you know, we're best for special populations. She also did some really major work for all of us on our website. So now we actually have our events calendar here, and you're able to see what we have going on. And so, for example, next week, Tuesday, I'm doing a little thing on building community in the online classroom. It has the description as well as the link to join. So anyway, this is something that I wanted to do a shout out to, as well as, I keep on bringing up AI, but Jenny Seymour and I are going to host a little session on the world of AI and academic integrity the following week. So anyway, there are already some opportunities, but again, and I think it's on my next slide, fingers crossed, yes. If you are able to give us some feedback on professional learning and what you'd like to see, it's a really quick survey. Love for you to check it out. We also are giving super early notice, since we didn't do a very good job of that this past year. Really early notice on our next kickoff event. It is going to be August 5th of next year. And that's where I'm ending. I'm actually going to go back because there is a separate video that gives you an overview of course setup. So thanks for listening in. And of course, this is Linda Sherman. Reach out with any questions. Thanks.